Today I'm talking fashion trends that most people love, except me. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome back to my channel. One of my favorite fashion YouTubers, Shea Whitney, recently posted a video on 10 fashion trends that are really popular, but she doesn't like them. Now, I was watching that video and there were a number of the trends that she mentioned that I completely agree with. It also got me thinking about some of the other popular fashion trends that most people seem to like that I don't like. So I thought, hang on, there's a video in this, and that is the topic of today's video. Of course, these sorts of videos are always polarizing and controversial, and just to clear it up, these are my thoughts on these trends. If you love any of these trends, please just continue to wear them and enjoy them. I just thought this video might be a little bit of fun. And if you strongly agree or disagree with any of these trends, please let me know in the comments below. I love to hear what you think, what trends you love, what pushes your buttons, and what you don't agree with me on. So please drop your thoughts in the comments below and we can chat. The first trend that I am really not a fan of is slip-on mules. I think what it is about this trend that I struggle with the most is that over the years I've seen so many people wearing them and they just haven't looked after their heels. And for me, seeing cracked and dried out heels slid into what is supposed to be quite a dressy shoe is just, it leaves me speechless. This next one is going to be the most controversial of all, and I have tried over the years to really love this particular trend and have never been successful, and that is trench coats.
Trench coats.
Yes, I know I'm going to be very unpopular with this, but I just haven't been able to completely fall in love with a classic trench coat. I can really see the appeal of them, and when I see them being worn on other people, I love the look of them. I just don't feel good whenever I've worn a classic trench coat myself. And I have tried over the years. Trust me, I have tried. I have invested in trench coats and they have hung in my wardrobe and hardly been worn. I've even been thinking recently, should I try again, because they are so fashionable right now. I mean, of course, they never really go out of fashion. But I think I've learnt that lesson and I won't be heading into trench coat territory. But they are one trend that I think are practical. They do look great on other people, but I just don't feel good when I wear them. So trench coats just are a no-no for me. Another fashion trend that I wore for years and years and absolutely loved, but really don't like anymore, is the classic Breton stripe top. Maybe I've just worn this look out, I don't know, but I think anytime I wear just a classic striped tee or top, I just feel like it's nothing new. I've seen it too many times over the years. I don't feel fresh and modern and chic in it. Although it is considered as one of the most chic looks, for me, when I wear it, I don't feel that way. It's such a shame because I actually really love the look of these tops. I love stripes, but they just don't work for me anymore. The other fashion trend that I know this one will be controversial too is chunky gold hoops. Now, I've been a fan of hoop earrings for years, but the chunkier style hoops I just feel look a little bit dated. Again, they don't look modern and fresh to me, although when I see other people wearing them, I do like them and I do appreciate them. I love hoop earrings, but the chunky hoop earrings for me are just a no-no. The next trend that I just really can't get my head around is the classic Chanel tweed jacket. Now, I know these jackets, and well, in fact, they were part of a skirt suit back in the 50s, which is when the Chanel tweed really was born. But I know they're super popular, and some of the really cool it girls can team them with some amazing jeans or pants and just look incredible. But for me, it's just not a trend that I particularly like. In fact, I really don't like it. It's not a look that I can wrap my head around. Again, I appreciate it on others, but I just struggle to style it myself. This next trend really annoys me because I would love to be a fan of this trend, but it just has never worked for me, and that is a pair of classic Levi 501s. Now, I remember back in the day when I was a teenager and the 501s were bigger than Ben-Hur. The advertising campaign used to be, "Do you fit the legend?" Now, 501s have never fitted me well. I've never fit the 501 legend, which has been really frustrating. I don't know what it is about that classic 501 cut, but it doesn't work for me and never has. Even though my body's changed, obviously, over the years, I have never ever fit the legend, and for that reason I've never been a fan of the classic Levi's 501s. I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you a fan? Do you fit the legend? Do you wear 501s? Please let me know in the comments below. The next trend that I really dislike are the classic Gucci loafer. Now, it's not just the Gucci loafer. Everyone's done a knockoff of this particular loafer, but it's the loafer with that sort of chain detail at the front, that classic loafer. And again, I wore them a lot in my early 20s. Maybe that's part of why I really dislike some of these trends. I know that trends are cyclical and they do come back, but perhaps it was an era when I started to wear some of these trends, and to wear them now, sort of 30 years later, it just doesn't sit well or work for me at all. I would much prefer to wear a pair of ankle boots or some cool trainers over a pair of classic loafers. But please let me know what you guys think of loafers. Do you wear them? Do you love them? Let me know in the comments below. This next one is a classic that most people love, and I'm sure most of you guys will too, but I don't, and that is the Burberry Scarf. Now, I know this has just been a print that is super popular and much loved around the world, but it's just not a print that I've ever particularly warmed to. I find it busy and it's just not a print that I find appealing. So I know that sounds strange. It even sounds strange as I'm saying it, but I'm not a fan of the Burberry print, and that's why that particular print has made it onto my list. Next up are midi dresses and skirts. Now, I do wear them. I have a couple of midi skirts. I always wish they were slightly longer or slightly shorter. I think midi skirts and dresses tend to cut you at the widest part of your lower leg, which is mid-calf. And I've talked on this channel before about mid-calf pants and how I don't think that they are flattering on anyone. Same applies with midi dresses and skirts. That cutting you off at mid-calf is just a very difficult spot to look flattering. And while I love the concept of a midi dress because it's not a maxi and it's not too short, I just think that where it falls on most people is just unflattering, and for that reason midis are here on the list. While I was thinking about this list, I also came up with another fashion item, which is bodysuits. Now, it could be because I'm almost 6 foot tall and I've had some mishaps with bodysuits not being quite long enough in the body, and then when I sit down they pull apart, and I have had a few close calls with bodysuits. That could be why, but again, I just think that they tend to be too super tight and too clingy, and for that reason not overly flattering. And given that we have some really cool tanks and cute little singlet tops that do the same thing without some of the grief that you can find yourself in with a bodysuit, that's why I decided to add an extra fashion trend to this list and include bodysuits. Anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.